You've been working hard, praying hard, believing hard, and somewhere along the way, the doors kept closing. The opportunities didn't come. The finances didn't turn around. And quietly, without even realizing it, you stopped believing certain doors could ever open for you. Not because you stopped trusting God, but because the waiting wore something down inside you. Maybe you remember the exact moment it happened. The moment you stopped dreaming out loud. The moment you stopped saying, "When this happens," and started saying, "If this ever happens." The moment hope became something you were afraid to feel, because being disappointed again felt like more than you could survive. Maybe it was after a business failed. Maybe it was after a job fell through. Maybe it was after you counted the bills one more time and the numbers still didn't add up. Maybe it was after you prayed the same prayer for the 100th time and heard nothing. I know that place, and I want you to know, before we pray today, before we say a single word to God, He already sees you in this moment. He sees the dreams you buried. He sees the prayers you gave up on. He sees the door you stopped knocking on. He sees the version of you that used to believe, and the version of you right now that is trying to find that faith again. And He brought you to this video today because He wants to say something to you, something you need to hear, something that I believe will change the way you see your situation before this prayer is over. Stay with me. Don't close this. Just stay. Before we begin to pray, I want you to take a moment to arrive here fully, to leave the worries outside this moment, to leave the numbers and the bills and the pressure just for a few minutes. If you can close your eyes. If you're driving or can't close your eyes, that's okay. Just soften your gaze and breathe. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for just a moment and then release it slowly through your mouth. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel the tension in your jaw begin to release. Feel your hands relax. Take another slow breath in and breathe out everything you've been carrying today. The financial stress, the unanswered questions, the fear of what tomorrow looks like. Breathe it all out. You don't have to carry it right now. You don't have to figure it out in the next few minutes. You just have to be here, present, open, still. Because God is already in this moment with you. He was here before you pressed play. He knew you would be here today. He prepared this moment for you, specifically, not for someone else, for you. Take one more slow breath, and let's bring everything to Him together. I want to tell you about a woman named Sarah. Now you may know Sarah's name from the Bible, but I want you to hear her story, not as a Bible story, but as the story of a real woman who felt exactly what you might be feeling right now. Sarah had a dream, the most precious dream of her life. She wanted a child. She and her husband Abraham had been promised by God that they would have a son, that from them would come a great nation, that their descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky. What a promise! What an extraordinary promise! And Sarah believed it at first, but then Months passed, and nothing happened. And then years passed, and nothing happened. And then decades passed, and still nothing happened. Month after month of hoping, month after month of disappointment, year after year of watching other women hold babies in their arms, babies that Sarah longed so desperately to hold. Year after year of praying the same prayer and hearing silence. Can you imagine what that does to a person? Can you imagine praying for the same thing for 10 years, for 20 years, and still seeing nothing change? The Bible doesn't hide the cost of Sarah's waiting. It tells us that Sarah's womb was as good as dead. That, humanly speaking, the dream was over. That, by every natural measure, the door was permanently closed. And then God showed up. 3 visitors came to Abraham and Sarah's tent, and one of them said something extraordinary. He said, "At this time next year, Sarah will have a son." And Sarah, standing at the entrance of the tent, laughed. Not a laugh of joy, a quiet, private, painful laugh. The laugh of someone who has been disappointed so many times. That hope itself has become something to be afraid of. The laugh of someone who said inside their heart, "Are you serious? Now? After all this time? I am 90 years old. I stopped believing this was possible a long time ago." And then God said something that stopped everything. He said, "Is anything too hard for the Lord? Is anything too hard for the Lord?" I want you to sit with that question, not rush past it. Let it land somewhere deep inside you. Is anything too hard for the Lord? The business you stopped believing in, the career that seems to have hit a dead end, the financial breakthrough you gave up praying for, the door that has been closed for so long you almost forgot it existed. Is any of that too hard for the Lord? No, nothing is too hard for Him. The same God who opened a 90-year-old woman's womb is the same God who is listening to your prayer today. He has not changed. His power has not diminished. His love for you has not grown cold. His plans for you have not been canceled. And your dream, however dead it seems, however long it has been waiting, however many times you have been disappointed, is not too hard for Him. Hold on to that. There is another story I want to share with you. A woman named Ruth. Ruth's story begins in devastation. She had lost her husband. She was living in a foreign country. She had no money. She had no connections. She had no plan. By every measure of the world around her, Ruth's future was empty. In her culture, in her time, a widow with nothing, was forgotten by society. The doors of opportunity were not just closed to her, they didn't even exist. And yet, Ruth made a decision that changed everything. She chose to stay faithful. When her mother-in-law Naomi told her to go back to her own people, Ruth refused. She said, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God." She chose faithfulness over convenience. She chose commitment over comfort. She chose to stay when leaving would have been easier. And then she did something that most people would have been too proud to do. She went into the fields, and she gleaned. Gleaning meant picking up the leftover grain after the harvesters had already gone through. It was the humblest work available. It was reserved for the poorest of the poor. And Ruth, without complaint, without bitterness, went every single day. She was faithful with the small thing. She was faithful with what was in her hands. She was faithful even when the work was humble, even when no one was watching, even when the provision was just enough and nothing more. And one day, a man named Boaz walked through that field. Boaz was wealthy. Boaz was influential. Boaz was exactly the kind of person who could change Ruth's entire situation. And he noticed her, not because she was demanding attention, not because she was forcing a door open, not because she was doing anything other than being faithful in the small, humble work in front of her. He asked his servants about her, and they told him about her faithfulness, about her character, about how she had stayed with Naomi, about how she had worked without stopping. And Boaz was moved. He told his servants to leave extra grain for her. He told her to stay in his fields and no one would harm her. He invited her to his table, and eventually, he restored everything she had lost. He married her. He provided for her completely. He gave her a home and a future, and a son named Obed, who became the grandfather of King David, from whose line came Jesus Christ himself. Ruth had no idea that her faithfulness in the small things was being woven into the greatest story ever told. She just kept showing up. She just kept being faithful. She just kept working with what was in her hands. And God saw it all, and God rewarded it all. I want to speak to someone right now who feels like Ruth in this season, who feels like you're in a foreign land financially, who feels like you're gleaning, just picking up the small things, just barely surviving, who maybe feels too proud to do the humble work. That is in front of you right now. Don't despise the small things. Be faithful where you are. Be faithful with what you have. Be faithful even when no one is watching, because God sees what the world overlooks. And your Boaz is already in the field. Your breakthrough is already looking your way. Father, I come to you today with an open heart, with every dream that feels impossible right now, every door that feels permanently closed, every prayer that I prayed and heard nothing. I lay them all before you right now. I don't come to you with perfect faith. I come to you with honest faith. The faith that says, I don't understand everything. I don't see the way forward. I don't know how this is going to work, but I believe you are God. And I believe nothing is too hard for you. And I believe you have plans for me. Your word says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, plans to prosper me, Lord, not plans to keep me barely surviving, not plans to keep me always lacking, not plans for me to spend my whole life watching other people walk through open doors while mine stay closed. Plans to prosper me. I receive that today. Your word says in Philippians 4:19, My God shall supply all your needs, according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. All my needs, not some of them, not the easy ones, not the ones that make sense in the natural, all of them, according to your riches, not my bank account, not the state of the economy, not what my circumstances say is possible, according to your riches. And your riches, Lord, have no limit. Your word says in Deuteronomy 8:18, it is God who gives you the ability to produce wealth. The ability comes from you. The creativity comes from you. The ideas come from you. The connections come from you. The opportunities come from you. The wisdom to steward what you give comes from you. So today I ask you, Father, give me the ability, give me the creativity, give me the ideas that only you can give. Give me the connections that only you can arrange. Give me the wisdom to steward what you place in my hands. Open the doors that only you can open. Your word says in Revelation 3:7, what he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. You hold the key, Lord, not the economy, not my boss, not the market conditions, not my past mistakes, not the people who said no. You hold the key, and what you open, no one can shut. So today I ask you, open what needs to be opened in my life. Every door of financial provision. Open it, Lord. Every door of opportunity. Open it, Lord. Every door of favor and connection. Open it, Lord. Make a way where there seems to be no way. Create an opportunity where none exists. Bring provision from directions I never expected. You are the God of the impossible, and I trust you with my impossible situation today. I want to guide you through something now. I want you to stay with me in this moment. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Take a slow breath. And I want you to use your imagination, not to daydream, but to do what the Bible calls seeing with the eyes of faith. Imagine that you are standing at the very edge of a vast open field. It is early morning. The sky is just beginning to change from deep blue to soft gold. As the sun rises on the horizon, the air is cool and quiet. And this field stretches out before you, as far as you can see in every direction. And it is full, not empty, full of everything you have been praying for. Every financial need met, every opportunity present, every door open, every prayer answered. Everything that God has promised you, everything that is yours by covenant, everything that has your name written on it in heaven is in that field, waiting for you. Not waiting for you to deserve it, not waiting for you to be perfect enough, not waiting for the right season or the right year, just waiting for you to step forward and receive it. Now I want you to notice something very important. You are not standing at the edge of this field alone. Someone is standing right beside you, and when you turn to look, it is God, not far away, not watching from a distance, right beside you, so close you could feel his presence. And he turns to you, and he looks at you with eyes that hold no disappointment. No frustration, no impatience, only love. Overwhelming, patient, faithful, unending love. And he says to you,